For thousands of years, Stoic philosophy has been revered for its lessons on discovering individual fulfillment and happiness. One of the most holistic concepts from this school of thinking is called eudaimonia, which is all about finding joy in becoming the best version of yourself. One of the foremost pieces of eudaimonia, and perhaps the most interesting, is what the Stoics called apatheia. Now, contrary to what one might think, apatheia has very little to do with the English word apathy, which can carry a negative connotation in its meaning of indifference. For the Stoics, apatheia was much more of a virtuous or sage-like quality, where one experiences freedom of passions. To the Stoics, passion does not hold the same meaning as it does today in the forms of love or purpose. Instead, the Stoics isolated 4 forms of unhealthy passion that apatheia is built on. The first is lupe, or pain. Now, pain and suffering is typically linked to an emotional response of distress. This could stem from financial hurdles, difficulties in personal relationships, etc. Through Stoic teachings and meditation practice, it is learned that distress arises from our thoughts about an event, not the event itself. And once we can identify that, we can become better at handling these situations. Next is phobos, or fear. Fear tends to be an anticipation of something that is yet to happen. That means it hasn't happened yet. That means that it may not happen at all. Fear can also cause us to take actions or lack thereof to try and avoid a certain outcome. This could have huge compounding effects in the loss of opportunities or growth that we may not even see for a while until it might be too late. One thing that you should not be afraid of doing is liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more videos just like this. It's just the right thing to do. The next unhealthy passion is epithumia, or craving. Craving for anything in extremes can be truly detrimental to us. The 7 cardinal sins in Christian teachings have also touched upon this. You could just watch David Fincher's 7 for a quick lesson on that.
There are 7 deadly sins, Captain. Gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, pride, lust, and envy.
But anything that is the object of our desire dictates how we act and can manipulate how we think. So it may be advisable to identify which vices we may be susceptible to becoming addicted to and try to moderate them the best that we can. The final form of passion is hedone, or delight. Pleasure can be great, but this form of pleasure is more akin to irrational indulgence. For example, food is typically what we need to sustain ourselves and provide nutrition for energy and functioning. However, much of the way that we view food now is through the lens of pleasure and how it makes us feel when we eat it, which was opposite to the way nature intended according to the Stoics. For the Stoics, it was the optimally rational response to the world, for things cannot be controlled if they are caused by the will of others or by nature. Only one's own will can be controlled. Perhaps the simplified takeaway from all of this is that the Stoics propose a life filled with more virtue than vice. And if we can identify and find a way to move away from the things that consistently have detrimental effects on our lives, we might just live in a great state of flourish. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.